Really Haunted Places does not support or endorse trespassing to visit haunted places. Before you decide to visit, please make sure to acquire the appropriate permits and/or permissions, and be respectful of properties that are privately owned.
Hello and welcome to Really Haunted Places, the channel where we explore the most haunted and mysterious locations around the world. In this episode, we are going to take you on a tour of the top 7 haunted places in St. Paul, Minnesota, the capital city of the North Star State. Are you ready to face the ghosts and spirits that lurk in the shadows of this historic city? Then let's get started. The Fitzgerald Theater is the oldest active theater in St. Paul, and it has a friendly but rather annoying ghost named Ben. Ben was a former stagehand who was often drunk at work, and he died in the theater in the 1940s. He likes to play pranks on the staff and guests, such as rearranging photos, turning lights on and off, and making noises. He also has a habit of making judges and attorneys fall ill when they visit the theater, which is also used as a courthouse. The Wabasha Street caves are not really caves, but sandstone mines that were turned into a speakeasy in the 1920s. This was a popular hangout for famous gangsters like John Dillinger and Ma Barker, who enjoyed the music, dancing, and illegal booze. However, the caves also witnessed some violent crimes, such as the murder of 2 mobsters who were shot and killed in cold blood. Their bodies were never found, and some say they were buried somewhere in the caves. Their ghosts are said to haunt the caves, along with nearly 30 other apparitions. Minneapolis City Hall is not technically in St. Paul, but it is part of the Twin Cities metropolitan area, and it is home to one of the most gruesome hauntings in Minnesota. John Moshik was the last person to be hanged in the state in 1898, and his execution was botched. He did not die until 3 minutes after the floor beneath his feet dropped away, and his agonizing screams echoed through the hall. His ghost is said to haunt the hall, especially the 4th floor, where he likes to mess with the photos and make people feel sick. Fora Restaurant is a Victorian-themed restaurant that is housed in a beautiful mansion that was built in 1871 by Joseph Forepaugh and his family. However, the mansion also has a tragic history, as Joseph had an affair with one of his maids, Molly. When his wife found out, she hanged herself on the 3rd floor, and Joseph shot himself in a nearby park. Molly's ghost is said to wander the 3rd floor, and sometimes appears in the windows or mirrors. Joseph's ghost is also seen in the park, walking with a cigar in his mouth. The Soap Factory is an old soap-making factory that has seen a lot of paranormal activity. The factory used to make soap from animal carcasses, which could have easily hidden some human bodies as well. The factory also made artificial limbs, which adds to the creepy atmosphere. The ghosts that haunt the factory are not friendly, and some have even been called demonic. They like to touch, push, and scratch the visitors, and make them feel unwelcome. Every October, the factory hosts a haunted house that is so scary, you have to sign a waiver to enter. The Landmark Center is a cultural and civic center that was built in 1902 as a federal courthouse and post office. The center has a rich history, but also a dark one, as it was the site of many trials and executions of notorious criminals, such as the Younger brothers, who were part of the James Younger gang. The center is said to be haunted by the ghosts of these criminals, as well as some former judges and employees. They make their presence known by slamming doors, moving objects, and whispering in the hallways. The St. Paul Hotel is a luxury hotel that was opened in 1910, and it has hosted many famous guests, such as Charles Lindbergh, John F. Kennedy, and Gene Autry. However, The hotel also has some unwanted guests, such as the ghosts of a former manager, a maid, and a security guard. The manager, named Charles, is said to haunt the front desk, where he likes to ring the bell and greet the guests. The maid, named Molly, is said to haunt the 5th floor, where she likes to clean the rooms and fold the towels. The security guard, named Eddie, is said to haunt the basement, where he likes to play with the lights and the elevator. That's all for this episode of Really Haunted Places. We hope you enjoyed listening to these ghost stories about the top 7 haunted places in St. Paul, Minnesota. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to get notified of our future videos. Also, let us know in the comments below if you have ever visited any of these places, or if you have any other spooky stories to share. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to suggest which haunted place you would like us to cover next. Until then, stay safe and keep exploring the paranormal. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.